Okay, I'm back. I grabbed some Wild Orchid Craft flowers, and I got some of my lace also and the trim that I'm going to use. This is the same one that I've used on the other ones, and these are also some trims that I've been using on the other cards. So the only difference with this card in particular are the colors. I did have to use a couple of new ink colors for this because this is a shabby chic card, and then these flowers here also, because it is shabby chic, I had to pull out these, but these were like on the top of my box. So alright, what I'm going to do is put the trim down first, and this way when I place my flowers I can kind of see how they're going to look with the trims already down. So let me do that first, and I'm probably just going to double up my layers with the same trim and then just add the, let's see, use both of these. So I usually like to start with like a longer one on the bottom and then do a shorter one and then the other. But I'm going to layer a couple of this one, maybe 3 layers of it. So let me just take this off the card, because I want to bring it up to maybe up to here with trims, just so that when you open this it's not so flat like that. It comes up a little more and gives it more height. So I let the edge, let me zoom in a little bit, overhang a little bit off that, you know, the lace hanging off the ledge a little bit, just so that you can see it when the card is closed. My glue gun's all tangled up with my heat tool. Okay, let's try this again. So I kind of eyeball it and put a strip of hot glue. Quickly place my lace before it dries. And cut off the excess. I'm not too worried that it's coming out here yet. When I'm done with all the trims, then I just trim it off evenly. But I need my better scissors to do that because these are already worn. And I'm just going to go slightly higher on the next trim. So that it staggers a bit. Get some more glue ready to go. Okay. Let's see. Do I need another layer? I think 2 is enough. And then I'm going to do the third one's going to be this pretty little trim here that kind of looks like hearts. Look like little hearts to me. It's going to go a little bit above. More glue. And then my last one is the Chinese braid. Where's the other end? I love this color. It gives color, plus it looks vintage instead of everything just being all whites and creams. So this one I'm going to glue on top of the lace edge and on the paper so it sticks to both sides. Trim that. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is just get it to zoom. I'm going to trim off everything that's flaring out. I don't like that. It doesn't look that good to me. So actually I'm going to turn it backwards and just trim it this way. Which is not easy. Okay. So you see how it's just peeking? So when you pull out the card, you see a little bit of lace peeking, but then you get the whole view there. So now I'm going to add my flowers, which is going to be an assortment. I don't know if I should put blue. Maybe I should. I'm just going to use some of these because these have a lot of white to it. It's a very faint pink, but it has some white. And one of the pink ones, maybe one more of these. And come on, get in there. I have a mess enough in my room. And then I don't want them too big. Maybe this. Let's put one bright pink one in here because this card has, I should turn it this way. This card has like a bright pink flower, so I might use that. I don't think I'm going to use blue. I think I'm just going to use all white or white and pink. I'll grab one of these white ones out of here. Okay. Where are my other scissors? Yeah. I'm going to cut all the stems off except for the buds, or whatever these little things are called. I'm just going to cut them short. I don't know what these are called. Tulips? Alrighty. Let's see. Maybe shorter. I'm probably gonna burn myself. Okay, I need shorter. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay. I want this one to be smaller, so I'm going to rip off the first petals that are on here. Now some of these flowers you can actually turn this into a bud. I don't know if this one you can. I think you can. Let's see. Just gotta kind of separate them if they're stuck together. And just so you could see that you could turn it into a rosebud if you pull them off. So some of them you can actually do that. This flower you can. So I might just use that. I could have used a smaller flower, but I really wanted this shape. So I'm just gluing my petals together to make my rosebud. And I'm going to use it. Oops. Stick my glue gun to my water bottle. You see, made a little rosebud out of that. And you can leave the leaves on like it is. A little more glue here. So that I will stick over here. And get my fingers burnt. I need a few more flowers. Let me see. Okay, let me grab a few more. So this one is a two-tone baby pink, wild rose. I don't think I've ever used this pack yet. This is Ivory Open 1-inch rose. Oh, pulled it right off the stem. Okay. See, in this one I don't like the way this green looks, so I'm going to just pull that off. Push it in there. And a couple more of those little buds on the other side. Okay, I guess, let's see, I should maybe stick it's just too big. So I'm thinking of, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this postcard that also comes from my kit and use it as my journaling spots, or where I'm going to write in my greeting. And I could save this other half of the lady for something else. Ink my edges with the walnut stain. So that's going to go there. And I have, where'd it go? Oh, what a mess. I have this, I don't want to stick that. Yeah, I think that's overkill. So let me just glue this down. And you see the back of this postcards, where'd it go? I have printed just in case. Made it double-sided. I'm just showing you what you could do with these digital images. So this is where I put my, sentiment. And you can still see the angel or fairy, whatever it is to you. Now one last thing that I need to do to this, because it is a shabby chic card, I am going to, oops, dang, everything is dropping. I'm going to add gesso, if I could find my brush. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to finish making cards so I can clean up this mess. And the brush, brush. Okay, never mind. There we go. Good grief. I'm going to back it up a bit so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to lay it flat. And I'm using this smaller brush instead of I have a bigger like sponge dauber. But this smaller one so that I don't cover too much of the image, wherever I don't want covered. So here's my gesso, which is getting thick actually. Which is good, thick gesso. And let's start dabbing. You could use texture paint, make your own texture paint, but I'm just going to use gesso just to keep it soft. I always go on them on the lid to kind of remove any excess. So I hope this gives you ideas on how you could use this kit, plus some Christmas card ideas that don't have to be traditional. They can be something different, like this, shabby chic. And that's why I'm using this brush, because I don't want to cover up the writing. I'm kind of following the wing lines there. You could also use the glittered snow text for some shimmer and shine. I might have to go over a couple times because this is printed paper and it could suck up the gesso could suck up some of that ink. Do some on this side too. I'm going to dry it up a bit and then do some more. To the inside. Don't forget that. What I like here is that it brings up those little swirls in that French braid. I don't know if you could see that. A big chunk there. That's going to bother me. It's going to do a little bit more. Some parts just kind of disappeared with the ink. Okay. That should do it. So you get the idea. How it looks. shabby chic pop-up easel card. And when it's open, you got that, and when it's closed flat, it looks like this. So I'm gonna let that dry. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Thanks for following. If you did, there'll be a separate video with just me showing the card for those of you who don't want to sit here for over what, an hour. So anyway, thank you all again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.